And finally, guys, much like the OG rumors, something leaked a long time ago has now officially happened, that being pretty much the detriment, the downfall of the current Cloud9 lineup. They'll be sticking in CSGO, as we have now confirmed, thanks to Jack Etienne as well. But with that, a huge hit to their lineup. They have now lost not just 1, 2, but 3 members, a trio going to the brand new organization to enter CSGO. That's going to be GenG. And along with them, of course, they lose their IGL and DAPS. They lose their arguably best player, I think, by many standards out there, and longest tenured player we have seen for quite some time for Cloud9. That's going to be Autimatic. And along with that, guys, the Opera Kusta have now all left the Cloud9 ranks, leaving Mixwell alongside a Trial Sabrosa, who we don't really know is going to stick on that roster. So pretty much, for now, we'll keep it as Cloud9's down to 1 member, that being Mixwell. Who knows what his future might be. GenG have now entered the scene with 3 out of 5 alongside a coach, Elma Putty, who I will believe, a quick side note, guys, I think a great pickup here, a mutual benefit probably for him and his growing experience as a coach in CSGO, probably mutually beneficial between what he'll learn and hopefully he can teach his players as well. And with that 3-player core roster now going to GenG, I will say this, I still think it's a very solid core roster. The bigger story here obviously being the future of Cloud9. What will it be? I have no idea. Yes, we've confirmed they're going to be staying in CSGO, but it seems to me this will be likely a complete overhaul roster, much like Complexity did, but probably even on a lesser standard. Complexity arguably dropping millions of dollars on that brand new lineup. I don't know if Jack and Cloud9 want to do exactly that. They get to keep Mixwell. They got James and coach, I do believe. Sabrosa still on trial if he says. This will be a gigantic reset for a team that we now know and we've known for quite some time. They've been making changes more than any other organization in CSGO over the past year and a half, 2 years plus. They have made more changes than anyone else out there. It's no doubt by now, especially ever since, we know them as the peak North American major winners themselves. And ever since then, the rocky roller coaster they have ridden on, it's been tough to watch, right? Results have not been there. The lineups have not been there. And now a trio has been stolen from them, I guess, in a sense as well, joining GenG. I still have high hopes for the trio. It's just weird to look at it a different way because when they were with Cloud9, we still didn't see all that much. So it's tough for me to change my mindset, although I will stick to the fact this is certainly going to be a top 5 North American lineup. I think that's pretty much on lock given the current talent out there. You take a guy like Autimatic, he is always a solid figure out there and one of the best in the scene as well. You take a guy like DAPS, obviously one of the better IGLs, if not in America, in the world as well. So you kind of bend towards Kusta, how he can do under these new reigns of management, these new reigns of in-game leading as well. Kusta has definitely been one of those players for quite some time. I would say is underrated, often looked down upon, but certainly can compete. We'll just see how he does underneath this new organization, which again can always be a motivational shift as well for teams out there, and hopefully going to be a big shift for these guys as well. We look towards an example like maybe Renegade signing Greyhound Gaming. You got to figure if you're a Greyhound Gaming, you are known as the #2 Australian team. Now you're being signed by the #1 Australian organization. That's got to be a big motivational factor. Equal to that, hopefully this Cloud9 trio going to GenG, who I still think, again, is a solid core trio. They got a pretty good pickup in terms of Elma Putty, with hopefully his experience growing in the scene as well. And then very lastly, I think, of course, the most important part of the story, that being a figure like Autimatic, now leaving Cloud9 organization. I do believe, if not one of the longest tenured players, I think Ryan said the second longest tenured player in the Cloud9 organizational history, nearly lasting 4 years with this team. The amount of teammates he has seen come and go with this lineup has been, it's crazy. It's been tumultuous ever since the Stewie 2K. That was probably the biggest rift of, they both being offered to leave that team, I believe, to MIBR, and Stewie takes a deal, and throughout all of that, Autimatic stayed through time and time again, through thick and thin. He stayed with this lineup, and so it comes down to probably a few options out there. Did GenG offer him an offer he could not refuse? Was it time to move on, or was it just no faith in Cloud9 and their future? We might not know those answers, guys, and still I do have faith in this roster, this GenG North American roster, to at least be top 5. I think, I think they really can compete and hopefully get a lot better with these 4th and 5th signings, who will hopefully be announced, as they said, in the coming weeks out there. Just gigantic news out there as a huge reset for Cloud9. What we once saw as one of the best in North America, especially with their feats, their gigantic feats, the fall off ever since then has been pretty immense for Cloud9. We're so used to seeing them as just an organization, as being one of the best in North America for whatever esport they compete in. CSGO, that has not been the case for quite some time now. I am super excited to see where Jack can take this lineup and completely overhaul the entire thing, and who they will sign, because also another question that has to be begged here is who is available to make a star-studded roster right now, or who is willing to leave other rosters to join a Cloud9. I don't know. But yes, guys, Genji has now officially entered CSGO in probably the most dramatic fashion. If this was out of nowhere, it'd be super dramatic to have them snipe a trio, but we've known it's been coming for quite some time. Just now finally confirmed. Best of luck to the boys. I'm super curious how Cloud9 will overhaul their roster and how GenG will finalize theirs. As always, what are your thoughts about this, guys? I'll be breaking down CSGO esports gaming news here every single day, all day long. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.